All praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Yahweh Kodesh, double honors to the elders and apostles of great stone. Shalom to the elect, wishing this word in truth and in sincerity, with hope of receiving mercy of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh is the name of the Heavenly Father. Yahweh Shai is the name of his only begotten Son. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the Israelites according to the prophecies that are written in the scriptures. I want to make it known that the RFID microchip is the MOTB. The serpent juice is the precursor to the MOTB. Yahweh Shai, whom the world ignorantly called Jesus, is about to make his return upon the earth to deliver his elect and to pour out judgment as it is written. So I want to go straight into this lesson, and we're in the time of major prophecies taking place, the time of 2nd Ezra 15, 2nd Ezra 16, the time of great tribulation. We can see everything unfold piece by piece. But a lot of people, they're unaware of how various things are going to affect their day-to-day life. But the minute it will come to people realization is when them see the prices of food, the lack thereof of food. Them time that the realization of creeping. So this is 2nd Ezra 15 verse 1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imagination against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." And that incredulity goes to unwillingness to believe, because even when it right before them eyes, them deny it. Verse 4, "For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness had exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their earthful works are fulfilled." And this is what is being done now. So the Lord will bring various plagues. So I'm going to clip this video, and we're just going from there. And I'm not going to make this video very long, just to the point, showing you the times that we're in.
Guys, this is probably one of the largest warnings that I'm going to give this year. This is escalating really quickly. Donald Trump allowed our military to attack a sovereign country, which is Iran. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just saying this happened on his watch. The U.S. military, we went in with our B-52 bombers and completely took out a country's supposed medical research, radiological capabilities, their nuclear research capabilities, and their nuclear weapons making capabilities. We wiped them out. Now, there's a real concern, and I'm seeing a lot of new information come out on media that suggests a lot of their already enriched uranium and enriched materials were moved outside of the research facilities before our bombs struck. It was a escape mechanism for them. And so now what I'm starting to see is that their leadership as it exists right now is saying that you, America, started this. And they, Iran, will finish it. Now, we have to remember the FBI is actively searching for, and the Department of Homeland Security is actively searching for illegal immigrants inside of the USA that are from Iran, from China, and from Russia. I put out video 2 days ago of Chinese nationals being picked up by ICE. This is not, folks, this is bigger than you think. They're trying to find the cells. They are trying to find the people who have access to the things that already exist inside of our country that will be used to have mass scale events. So stadiums, off limits for me. Theaters, off limits for my family. Large shopping plazas, why do it if I can have it delivered to my home? It's a new time. We just started a new trigger. You've asked me over and over again, what makes me go?
So, as you can see, you know, we have been saying this for a while now, that you have some false flag activities in various countries, you know, more so America, to help push the MOTB agenda, and it has a big push under the guise of security. You know, we need to know who is who, we need to know who is funding what, and a lot of people are going to give over their freedom or their rights willingly. This was in 9/11 and the Patriot Act. Now we're in a different time and a different boogeyman. So going back to the scripts, this is 2 Ezra 15 verse 14, and it reads, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand." And that is talking about what? Civil unrest. "For there shall be sedition amongst men," and sedition is uprising against the authorities or your leaders, "and invaded one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power." And this is the times that we are coming in which people are going to stop listening to their elected officials, They're not going to trust their words anymore, because them are going to see where reach them when they believe in their leaders, Verse 17, "A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able to, because you have checkpoints, and depends on the type of false flag. Could be a disease, you have a lot of quarantine centers. Now them can get the guys of terror activity, domestic terrorism. When you start talk about cells, that means you have people in the country already. That's the perception that is being put out there. Because gradually, what's going to be called martial law, a state of emergency, So you have various checkpoints, and at these checkpoints you have identification. And it's going to come to a point that the identification that you're going to need to pass these checkpoints is going to be the RFID microchip, which is the MOTB, if you can receive it. So let's continue listening to this clip. So now you might want about certain gathering. You have to watch yourself.
What makes me go? What makes me bug out? That was step one. It's only a two-step system. We just saw step one take place. The next step I'm not going to put out here publicly, but if you see a video from today with this surrounding, and then you see a video from tomorrow in the middle of the deep woods, the Appalachian Mountains, you know what's up. That doesn't mean if I bugged out, you need to also. Plenty of people got out of Iran before these bombs, before our B-52s came in stealth and dropped 30 tons of munitions on these plants, emitting radiation. Plenty of people got out, hundreds of thousands, but plenty of people were left behind. I'm going to be one of the peoples that gets out. I want to be a cockroach out in the woods that nobody thinks twice about. I'm asking you and your family to just make a plan. That's all I want for you. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of videos. I'm going to preface these videos that I'm going to show you. I really should probably only show the image stills from them, because there's a lot of censorship taking place around this event. I don't even know if they're real, so I'm showing them for commentary so that you can help me know if they're real. We are watching a huge change. Okay, so here is a report of one of the after explosions that took place. If these are, now we live in a day of AI, guys, so who really knows for sure? But here's the Iranian state media. They said, "You, Mr. President, And don't forget, they've already threatened Donald Trump. They showed a video officially released that had drones and robotics at Mar-a-Lago, I think, at a presidential location, finding him, smoking him. So we are seeing that next stage. Let's see what else we've got going on here. This is another reported video. Now, guys, I'm not sure. I'm not certain. This, I think, is a recirculated.
At 50 years old and think a second job is the solution? Disappear for 1 month and do this instead. For people...
Well, who could have seen this coming? Pretty much everyone who's been paying attention. The president launching 3 strikes against Iranian nuclear facilities. Details piling in now that most of them were empty, perhaps. Anyway, it didn't stop the president from taking to the airwaves to say it was a spectacular success. Watch this.
Tonight I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success.
So we've been digesting all of this. Benjamin Netanyahu coming out praising this strike, this attack. Neocons and warhawks all over media over the past number of hours saying this is absolutely spectacular. That in many ways President Trump is like Ronald Reagan. This is a Thatcher-Reagan moment.
And what Donald Trump just did is not only historic, but they've just protected the entire earth. Donald Trump just prevented World War III by using the United States military to stop it.
What does Russia do in all of this? Who President Putin issued a warning. Don't even think about regime change. Sending nuclear scientists as well as Russian officials to these different nuclear sites. Were they killed in any of these attacks? To analyze all of this, we want to bring in former UN Weapons Inspector Scott Ritter, who knows more about this than just about anybody. Scott, good to see you. Now that you've had a number of hours to digest this craziness, where do we stand with where do we stand with, first of all, the assessment of these attacks? What do you make of that?
Well, I mean, all I could think of, and as the information came in, do you remember that old Wendy's commercial from the 1980s, maybe, or 1990s? The old lady, "Where's the beef? Where's the beef?"
Yeah.
And that's all I could. I'm going. Wait a minute, Mr. President. You took the most sophisticated strike package available to the United States military. And you flew American troops into harm's way to bomb 2 facilities that were already bombed twice by the Israelis, and anything of value that could be salvaged would have been removed, and to bomb another facility that the Iranians have been led to believe you were going to bomb for 9 days now, so therefore there was nothing in there. Why did you bomb 3 empty facilities, Mr. President? Why? And that's the question, everybody. This is a grand act of theater.
Hey, man. The thing is, people don't understand. This is strategic, yo. Because this can give the illusion in America of a terror attack. That a lot of people don't understand, yo. But irregardless, this is going according to the plans of Yahweh Shemi Osha. We're just watching the movie play out here. So our business is defined. We're just showing you what's going on in the media, in not mainstream media, alternative news media, you know, because them can't even make sense of the attack. So I hope this is defined. With that, I want to say Kalal, Yahweh, Shemi Shai, Shemi Kodesh, Shalom.